Aha! There we are. It's Tuesday, Taco Tuesday here, and today we are going to get into all kinds of things about alkenes. So these are things with double bonds. I want to show you how this works. So an alkene, that ene name or suffix ending, means there is at least one double bond. The yne ending, which we will not be looking at today, means there's at least a triple bond. So today we're going to focus on alkenes and how to name them. So naming alkenes. The parent chain of an alkene or an alkyne must be numbered so that the double or triple bonds are on the lowest number of, hey, go back, on the lowest number of carbons possible. So you're always going to start at the end where the double bond is closest to. The suffix "ene" or "ine" are then used. "Ene" today, "ine" on Thursday. If there's two double bonds, we would call it a diene. And if there was three double bonds, we would say triene. So looking at this structure down here, we're no longer worried where these things, the branches are, but we're worried where the double bond is. So this is where we start. So that makes this carbon number 1, 2, 3, and 4. So when naming this thing, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's butene. Now, I'm not going to say 1-butene because the 1 is always considered to be there if you don't have to say it. It's considered to be redundant. So now I realize that I have three constituents off of this thing. So it's going to be on 2 and then 2 of them on 3. So it's going to be 2, 3, 3, trimethyl butene. Okay, not too bad. So ene ending. If the double bond is on the first carbon, you don't have to mention it, but if it's anywhere else, you do. So here's some practice. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons. So this would be hexene, which we will not get to use in the lab this year, and it reeks like crazy. And so it's probably a plus. Now, why not 1-hexene? Again, it's redundant. Here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And my double bond is on the second carbon. So this is going to be 2-pentene. 2-pentene, like that. Okay, let's go over to this side first. Now, I've got two double bonds, and they're closer to this end, so I'm going to have to start from here. So that's going to make this carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. I have two double bonds. The first one is on the first carbon, and the second one is on the third carbon. So it's going to be 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, penta, diene. So we put this di in there, meaning that there's two of these double bonds. Two double bonds, so 1, 3, penta, 5 carbons, diene. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 on the end here. So we have 6 carbons, and there's 3 double bonds. So it's going to be 1, 3, 5. So it's going to be 1, 3, 5, hexa triene, hexatriene, like that, because there's 3 of these alkene groups, these double bond groups. This one here, and this one here. Okay, now there is a wrinkle to this. First of all, you never write 1-propene. So propene would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a double bond on the first. You never write 1-propene. You only would write 2-propene. That's all you can do, and because there's only 1 or 2. All right, cis and trans. This is where it gets a tad tricky. Now, you see how I have the chain on the top here, it's on the same on both sides. This is what is called cis, or same-sided. This here where it's across, this is called trans, where it is opposed like this. So when it's the same, it's cis. You start the formula then with cis. So naming this thing, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons. This is our first carbon. This is our second, our third, and our fourth. So this is cis 2 butene. Cis, meaning same-sided, and with a double bond between the second and third carbon, we just say cis 2 butene. So you'll always want to start with cis or trans. So that makes this trans 2 butene. Cis or trans. They are isomers of each other. That word isomer, same formula, different structure. Isomer, same formula, comma, different structure. Okay, now a little bit of practice here just to end us. This is cool when you look at it like this because it's the easiest way to draw it. It's how I would draw it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why did I start from this end? Because the double bond is closer to it. So it's heptene, and the double bond is on the third carbon. So it's going to be 3 heptene. Now, because it goes across like this, and again, remember, trans is across. This is trans 3 heptene. And again, trans will always come down like that with the double bond. Whereas cis on the other side will be like this, will be down and then up again. This is trans, this is cis. All right, here I'm going to start in this end because it's closest. So it's carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, it's 5, and so this is actually, and my double bond is on the second carbon because these are carbons here and here. So this will be 2 pentene. Now I've got to take care of this methyl group that's on the fourth carbon. So it's going to be 4 methyl 2 pentene. And because it is cis 4 methyl 2 pentene. All right, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Let's see how we do with this. I've given you some practice. This might take some doing and it might take some doing, and that is fine because we will stick on this until we get good at it. I know some of you are doing AP tests, and but you are still here with me, and I just really, really appreciate it. Good luck with the whole picture taking cap and gown thing. It was an absolute treat to, like I said, to hand the gowns out, and I look forward to seeing some pictures of you in your graduation stuff. All right, guys, take care. Bye bye.